On my quest to watch as many new 2023 releases as possible this year, I have stumbled upon probably my greatest adversary yet, Napoleon. This Ridley Scott 2.5 hour Apple TV Plus original was truly a pain in my side. This was a film that I was not actually planning on watching, but due to popular support from my movie group of my movie buddy group to want to go see films, they all highlighted this as one film that they said we must watch, and all of them were very, very upset at the outcome, and I knew that it was probably not going to be worth a watch, but who am I to argue against the majority? Let's start off with the most convoluted story I have seen this year. Somehow, the 3-hour Scorsese epic feels like a 30-minute Thanksgiving Day special, with how dragged out and unconsequential and uninteresting and very speed ran take on Napoleon's life this is. I just saw somewhere that this was an Englishman's take on French people, and you could not be more correct, as this thing reeks of someone who is not super familiar with Napoleon. It is so breathtakingly unbearable story. Like, the storytelling, the script might be the worst I've seen this year, and may I remind you, I watched Spy Kids Armageddon this year. The story is so rushed because it tried to fit so much in that instead of taking its time with certain important aspects, it just decided to rush through everything. Instead of just like taking key moments like the Battle of Waterloo, the decision to be coronated, the exile, it rushes through all of that for no reason, and it gives no clear purpose. The story makes Napoleon be stupid and, like, unaware of everything, when in reality he should be a master tactician and an arrogant SOB. It just does the character of Napoleon, from what I read in the history books, so dirty. It's incredibly frustrating to witness. Just know that this movie is a certified hot pocket hand grenade. This sucked. I hated it. But let's continue on. Cinematics, it was visually stunning, the action was great, and it was really funny, but I don't think it was supposed to be funny, and that is where we have an issue. It was not supposed to be funny, yet it was hilarious, because of how bad the dialogue was. It was awful. Probably the worst I've seen this year. And, like, no offense, but they should have. Like, I don't mean to offend people, but, like, I could not stand the dialogue in this. Like, how did that make it through so many different iterations? Like, everything was so low par and beneath good quality, except for the visuals, the cinematics, the acting. The acting was awful. I'll get more into detail later, but Jesus. Cinematics, though, were pretty good. Because those action sequences and the set pieces were all phenomenal. Like, it looked pretty. It's just a shame that it was only good 25 minutes of a 2-hour and 30-minute movie. Directing was so inconsistent. Like, when it was action, it was great. When it was anything else, it was awful, boring, bland. There were a few action sequences, though, where it just was so bad. Like, I couldn't even tell who was fighting who and who was winning. I just had to take assumptions. That's not what you should be doing. Like, make it a little more obvious, please. And thank you. Oh my god. Acting. Poor Joaquin Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby. They deserved better. because their performances in this, I think, were so severely hampered by a pretty lackluster script, in my opinion. Like, I'm not going to say I can do better, but, like, they should have double checked some of this, because some of their lines came off as cringe and just unaware, and it just felt so tonally different from the war epic that we were seeing in the action sequences when the dialogue was childish at best. There were literal moments where I think they were just goo goo gagaing at the screen, and the baby was being more mature than the actual full-grown adults. My expectations and experience for this film, I did not have too high of expectations, but they were quickly shattered for the worst near immediately. It was just so uninterested in the story of doing Napoleon justice, and, like, who knows why. But, like, one thing that I just have to get it off my chest is I'm sick and tired of exclusively British people being cast as French people. Find at least one Frenchman or French woman to be in the movie. Why are all these English, British, like, why are all these French people being played by Brits? It's just mind-boggling. Like, Quentin Tarantino found the perfect actor to play Hans Landa in Inglourious Bastards, who spoke all these languages. At least find some people who speak French. I legitimately do not know if anyone spoke French on that set. But I need to stop, because I don't want to make this longer than it has to be. And it's already going a little too long. I know no one's going to make it to this part, but leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below if you agree with me, or if you heavy disagree with me, which I have a feeling that a lot of people will disagree with me. And subscribe if you're into hot takes. But other than that, this is just a Hot Pocket hand grenade. It's a mess of a movie, in my personal opinion. And that's all that this is about. But other than that, I'll leave you guys to it.